How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So glad each and every one of you can make it. So this was waiting on me when I got home. What's in it? Who's it from? You know who it's from, but I don't know what's in it. Let's find out.
We got a box. We got a box! I'm gonna open it.
What's going on over there?
Put the gun down.
I saw you with the box. What was in the box? Oh, what's in the box?
Not until you give me the
What's
gun.
in the box?
Again, welcome back to the channel, everyone. So glad each and every one of you can make it. Just got off work. My wife had sent me the message saying that this had arrived at our front door. And I was like, who's it from? So she told me, and I'm like, I wasn't expecting anything. I really wasn't. He didn't say he was going to send anything or... But anyhow, it is from the one and only Diecast Graveyard. Yes, Mr. Paul Bechtel over there. He's got videos on everything, and I mean everything, from how to open a Hot Wheels up, how to polish one, how to paint one, how to do the black magic roof on it, make it like it's got a, turn y'all around just a little bit, make it like it's got a vinyl top, all that stuff. How you like my art project I was telling you about that I did? And yep, Steve, see, there's your sticker right there. That whole thing outside of the frame was donated to the channel from Steve over at Miniature Mustangs, and I sprayed all of them because whenever I want to do a car, right, once I strip it down and I have the wheels on it that I think I want to use and everything, I can go over there, pull one of those off, and hold it up to the car and look at it and pick the color. Makes it so much easier. So anyhow, I've got this cracked open. Haven't taken anything out yet. Have no idea what's in it, so I gotta... Alright. What we got here? Okay, it's from the Hot Wheels Boulevard. Uh-oh. Hey. Look on the back of it. I have one of the Copo Camaro. Well, I have a couple of the Copo Camaros out of this set. I have the Porsche Outlaw. It's actually right in there, I think. Somewhere in that area. But anyhow, Paul is giving me a challenge, it looks like. I will have to see what that's about. That's a killer truck right there. I love that thing. Oh yes, that is one bad truck. And the cool thing about the Boulevard series, that's their premium line, so it's metal on metal. Get some more bags out. Yeah, what is that, a book? No, it ain't a book. It ain't heavy enough to be a book. Sit that right there. Make sure there's nothing else in the bottom. See, that's why we always check all the way to the bottom. Got a couple of Mr. Bechtel's really cool channel decals. So one of those will most definitely be going down here on my cart. I've cleared out a couple of people who decided to go different ways. You know what I'm saying? Who turned out not to be what they said they were. So they've went other ways. So I removed theirs. But this thing is getting full. I've got room on the bottom. I'll find a spot. I'll find the spot for that bad boy. But anyhow, I've got two of them. Very cool. Show you real quick. Thank you, Paul. Because I did not have any of your stickers. Now, what is this bad boy? Oh, it's tape. It says wrapped up like a book. But it's not a book. I'm good with tape. It's actually a box. What'd you do? Send me some jewelry there, Paul? Just kidding. It's actually a box. Let's see. Try this one. I should have cut it because it's going to pull off. Yeah, it's going to pull off some of the black. That's all right. Doesn't matter. It's too late now. I should have cut it, but I didn't. Like I said, guys, I have no idea what this is. The last communication that we had, we were talking about, I was telling him how I was going to have to rebuild one of my airbrushes because the O-ring for the nozzle and the tip, I'll show you while I'm thinking about it. I've been having all kind of issues airbrushing here lately. Blocked out all the light, didn't it? Sorry. But the O-ring, and I'm not going to take this off because I've got beeswax on it right now, but the O-ring that goes in between these two knobs, I was tightening it back down one day. I just barely snugged it and it just came right out. It squeezed it out. This is one of the master airbrushes, and as you can see, it's getting to where I need to completely disassemble and rebuild because you can push it down and it doesn't come all the way back up. So that will allow air and paint and stuff, if you're not careful, to come through. So, you know, these are, and see, I should be springing back forward. So that means the needle or something needs to be cleaned, or the seal on the inside there is sticking or something. But anyhow, that was the last communications I had with him. I told him I was going to have to rebuild one. Those are just the cheap Amazon ones. They've worked great and everything. I can't complain about them for what they are. I really cannot. Let's see what this is. Y'all ready? Why is it so dark in here? That's better. That's more gooder. Let's do it together. You ready? I think I can get this. Oh my Paul. What in the world have you done? I'll show you this first. Oh, this has the cone head on it too. Oh my goodness. I'll keep that cap on there to protect it when I'm not using it, but yeah, here we go. Look at that, would you? I was close when I said jewelry. Look at that bad boy. That is a piece of artwork there. This is by a company, RJ Global trademark, so I'm going to have to check them out. I've never heard of them. This is just like a head as far as being a double action. In other words, double action, you push down to get the air flow and then you pull back for the paint to come out. Man, I got to check that out. So this is the same, dual action, push down, pull out, pull back. Very smooth feeling too. This has a really good feel to it. But this one is gravity feed, just like my other ones. In other words, paint is fed with gravity, goes into the airflow and then comes out. But this one has, like I was saying, a cone tip on it, which is supposed to give you a wider spray pattern. See, that's the normal one that you get on most. I need to clean that out, don't I? That's the normal one you get on most airbrushes. This one has the cone on it. That is supposed to allow for better airflow. And this one is also gravity fed. Like I said, paint goes in there. Wow. Dang it, Paul. And then I drop the cap. Put the tip back, the cover back on it. This one has micro adjust airflow too. That's what that is right there. As you're spraying, if it's too much pressure and everything, you actually control it right here rather than having to fiddle with your air compressor. You can do it right there. Man, this is nice, Paul. It's got a great feel to it. Excellent feel to it. We'll delve into this later on the channel, test it out, all that good stuff. RJ Global. That's pretty neat there. You can actually see through there to the needle. I mean, that way when you're feeding it back through, you can make sure it goes in. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like that. See what else is in here. Gave me a filter. That will go on right now. These just screw right on the bottom. Like such. You don't want to over tighten it, but you want it snug. And that gives you something to hold to as you're painting too. That's very cool. Alright, let's see, we got the .5 tip and everything. Then we have a .3 and got the tip in there or cone in it. Got the tip in it, but the cone is missing. So I wonder if that is what is installed. Well, that's a .3 needle. And that says .5. So, what is installed in that bad boy? Because I always use .5. That's what I learned with, and that's just what I'm best with. Because I can control the amount of pullback on the trigger with the stop on the rear. So if I want a lot, I can back that off and get full. I keep it wide open anyway, and if I'm used to where I can just push and barely pull if I want a little bit, or pull it all the way for full flow. So, got an air hose. Ooh, is that a quick disconnect? Yes, it is. Check this out. Quick disconnect. Because as you know, it just screws on, right? Just like your air hose. That screws on, and if you know, I now have, thanks to Mr. Paul over at Diecast Graveyard, I now have the air compressor with tank on it, which, oh man, that is so much better. I like the setup I had, don't get me wrong, but that is just so much better because it's every time I hit the trigger, the compressor's not constantly running. I'm not getting moisture in it. It has time to settle down in the tank, and I just thought so many different reasons. But anyhow, I can have one, like when I'm outside spraying, if I'm doing multiple jobs, I might want to paint one car and clear a car. Well, now I can have two airbrushes set up, right? And swap from one to the other, because all I got to do is pull down on that, and the air hose will come off. And then when I get the fitting for the other one, snap it right on there, and I never lose the air out of the tank. Because typically what I'd have to do is I'd have to spray all the cars, let all the air out of the tank, swap the hose over to the other airbrush, and spray the clear or a different color, whatever I was doing. Dang, Paul. Thanks, man. I definitely was not expecting that, brother. Like I said, you know, last time I did the video about the air compressor, I told you, you know, Paul's one of those guys that, for lack of a better term, and it doesn't do justice, he's a pillar of the community. I mean, he's always there to help. He's always there. He tells you flat out, if you have any questions, let me know. I always read the comments, and if there's a question that I see that needs to be responded to, he responds to it. He's just such a great guy. Not because he does this. This is just who Paul is. That right there is who Paul is. But the fact that he's willing to help on anything, like when I first reached out to him, I was trying to figure out, I was asking him why. He thought I might be getting moisture in my air compressor. So he walked me through some things to check, and we talked about it, you know. And he didn't have to do that. You know, he doesn't know me from anybody. Look at that, guys. Would you look at that? I'm going to try this bad boy out this weekend because I can't do it after work because it's dark when I get home. And I'll show you. I just got home. Dark 30. But Paul, brother, thank you. This, as you know, will get used. Now the only problem is since this is new and the best one I have, do I save this for paint or do I save it for clear or do I use it for everything? Dang, Paul, thanks, man. If you guys don't know who he is, I don't know what to tell you. There's a rock somewhere and you've been under it. But I'll put the link to his channel down below. I'll put his Instagram down below and I'll put his Facebook down below. You can check him out on all of them or one of them, whichever one you want to, and check out his content. Like I said, he's got videos on everything. And he's always willing to answer your questions. So if you got something you need to know or want to know or need help with, whatever, ask him. He's more than willing to help. So with that stated, I'm going to get off here. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming and watching. And Paul, you didn't have to do that. You know that. But thank you. This is a tremendous help. Just like the air compressor. This is such a tremendous help. Thanks. Thank you for watching.